Guys, here is the much awaited, much anticipated Christmas peak. A wrapped Alice band for you to learn in 3 easy steps. Now, you need to follow me closely so you can see how I did it so neat and so fine. Now, this is what we want to achieve, and I'm going to be showing you the naked Alice band that we decided to use. So, we're using these two ribbons, the red and the green. 2.5 centimeters is the red, and then we have 1 centimeter, which is the green. Now, here is the naked Alice band we're using. You can use any Alice band you want, either the plastic, the wooden one, but I think I prefer this one. It can be big, it can be small. Now, the first thing we're going to be doing, if you look at it very well, we're going to be starting from the back. You're just going to apply your hot glue gun, or if you're going to be using your regular fabric glue, that's fine. So you're going to be applying your hot glue gun. We're going to be starting from the inside of the Alice band. Now, what we want to do is to cover the ends of the Alice band first. Now, this is the professional way of making it, so your finishing doesn't look too tattered or awkward. Now, follow me closely as I have used hot glue gun for both sides, and make sure that the ends, the two ends of both sides, are also sealed together with the glue. I'm going to be showing you what I mean now. So I've folded from one end to another. Now, if you notice there's a part that is still open, use your hot glue gun to just make sure that they are stitched together or gummed together this way. So look at the side. We're going to be doing the same for the other side. So this other side is done now. Now, there is this hack you need to know. What you're going to be doing is just putting a little bit of your hot glue gun on either side of the Alice band, and then you see how I fold it in. Yes, you have to be careful with this. You fold it in on both sides. Now, I'm going to be showing you the reason for doing this later by the end of the video. So make sure you stay to the end of the video so you can understand what I'm trying to say. Yes, so this is the side. Now, we're going to be starting with the wrapping of the Alice band with the 2.5 centimeters red satin ribbon. You can use gross grain, you can use satin, whichever one you want. So we're going to be starting from the inside. Make sure that you free the edge of your satin ribbon so it would stay firm. And then you need your hot glue gun. You're going to apply it right on the side you're going to start from. You'll be starting from the middle. If you notice, I'm starting from the middle. Yes, I'm not starting from the very tip. I'm starting from just a lower part from the tip, and then I'm winding it round. Now, you're going to make sure that your winding is really firm. It has to be firm, and that's why we're using the hot glue gun from the beginning. So it has to really be firm, and you firm and you draw and you're firm, and you wind and you draw, you wind and you draw, and you make sure your drawing is really firm. Yeah, or pulling, let me put it that way. Sorry, you wind and you pull. So you can see, make sure that you're pulling as you're turning it. You're turning it in such a way that you're turning it and it's overlapping a little bit on the other side. Yes, it's overlapping a little bit on the other side. If you look at it, about half an inch, just 1 centimeter, just overlapping on each other like that. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So as you're winding it around, make sure it is overlapping the first one, or just about 1 inches or 1 centimeters long, between one winding up and the other. And then we are through with the wrapping. I prefer to do it in a diagonal form because it gives it more fineness and beauty. And this is the final lap where I'm going to be joining it at the last round. Yes. Now, here is also very important. You might need to watch the video once or twice so you can really understand what I'm trying to do. And this gives you a professional touch. You don't need any other thing to hold the tip of your Alice band if you're able to get it in this particular style. Yes. And then here we go. We're going to be wrapping it all around. Can you see that? So because I have wrapped the tip already initially, I don't need to worry, because all I just need to do is to wind it really round and then end it at the back. And that is because we've already secured the tip of the tip of the Alice band already. That was the first thing we did, and that makes it really professional. Yes, that's the idea. So on this channel we do a lot of DIYs, we do a lot of hacks that makes it easy for you to create your creations in a professional way. Yes, where you can learn and you can sell and make lots of money. So I want to make sure that my the finishing, the last part of the Alice band and the satin ribbon ends at the back. So you can see I have frayed it with a heat source of heat, and I'm now using the hot glue gun to make sure that it is well secured. Now this is the first part, or the first step of making this Christmas peak wrapped Alice band. Now the next step, with this you can even sell like that, but with the next step that involves the use of the green, follow me as we go along. Now the first thing to do is to fray the edges of the satin ribbon like we always do. You're going to be starting from the back, everything starting from the back, because the side that is touching the front is what we need. So what we need is just use a finger breadth from the tip of the Alice band, and then put your Alice hot glue gun, and then you can start wrapping. Can you see? You wrap once, you can put an hot glue gun there just to secure it, and then we start winding round. Now this winding round is also in a diagonal form. Now you can see the diagonal form. Now if you are not a pro and you are not able to measure, you are not able to decipher the space between your winding, you can use about 1 inch apart. Just use the 1 inch apart. I didn't want this video to be too long, so I need to explain to you that the spaces between each of the diagonal is about 1 inch long, and that makes it really uniform. I'm used to it, and that's why it just makes it look like it's easy. But you can use your ruler or your tape rule to measure 1 inch in between each of the diagonal. Now we are at the tail end of the first wrapping. Yes, the first wrapping with the green 1 centimeter satin ribbon. You're going to use your your source of light to keep it steady, and then you use your hot glue gun and finish it right at the back. Very good, that's it. Now we've got our training coming up, so if you're ready to join us for our training where we learn about fascinators, hair pieces, accessories, Everfoam sheet creations, you can join our waitlist, which is going to be at the end of this video in the comment section. Just join our waiting list on WhatsApp, and then you can be divided into the groups. We have 5 different classes that are going to be going on concurrently. Now the next part is to make sure that we use the green for the X effect. Yes, that we need that X effect. So again, what we need to do is to fray the edge of the satin ribbon, or to hit the edge of the satin ribbon, I mean, and then from the point where we started, if you notice the point where we started from initially, we're going to be using that to wrap it around, or where we ended, I mean, yeah, the point we ended, and then we're going to be starting with that. That's it. And then we're going to be wrapping it round, and as we are wrapping it round, we are going to be tilting towards the other side of the X, so that we have a full X being formed. So we're tilting to the other side of the diagonal to form an X. So as you wind it round, make sure that your X is being formed at the top of the surface of the Alice band. If you understand what I'm saying, your X is being formed at the surface of the Alice band, just like so. And that's how you continue all to the end. Make sure that your X is being formed, and that's why I said you need to probably measure the spaces between your diagonals so they can have a perfect finish when you are putting the next satin ribbon to make your X, and that gives it a uniform design. Yes, a uniform design, and this is really beautiful. You can sell it on online platforms for Christmas. You can use the different colors, you can use different combinations and make it look really pretty. So we are almost at the tail end. Please ensure that you like, you share, and you subscribe. Your subscription, your follow, your like means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And this is the very end, where we're almost finishing the X. You can see how very neat it is, because you are going to be pulling as you are winding it round. And this is the end, where the two different satin ribbon, this green satin ribbon meet. So as I taught you, you're going to hit the edge of the satin ribbon, and then you put your hot glue gun, and then you can just join it together like that. And that is the end of our Christmas peak, our X-shaped wrapped Alice band.